Hello and welcome back to EyeSpy360's webinar series. Thank you so much for joining me so far through this week as we've given an introduction to virtual tours and taken a look at a completed virtual tour inside our software. Now in today's session, I'm going to be showing you the back end of our platform. So how you can log in, create your own tour, so upload your photos and submit them to our team, and then give you all of the information on how you can customize your tour with your own branding, with information labels, and how to make an EyeSpy Play recording. So let's hop straight in and get a look at the platform. So I'm just going to share my screen with you so you can take a look. Let's get this set up. Now, as usual, if you do have any questions throughout today's session, do please send them in via the Q&A box below and the chat box. Anything you send in there will be collated by my colleague Ishan, and it will be added in to our Q&A session, which will be tomorrow. So any questions you have, just ask them in there and we'll be able to answer them for you tomorrow. Now, you should be able to see my screen. I've started sharing with you. And what you can currently see is your account dashboard. So this is what you see when you log in to your EyeSpy360 account. You will have all of your tours listed and you have several sort of tabs at the top to choose from. Now, if you're uploading your first tour, what you're going to want to do is click the Add Tour button, which is here. When you click on that, you'll be prompted to enter a name for your tour. So I think we'll call this tour 14 Demo Street. So let me just type that in. And then we click the Add Tour button. This then creates a new tour inside your account. You'll then be prompted to upload your 360 images of your property. So all you need to do is click the blue Upload button in the middle of your screen. It will then open your File Explorer and you can then select and upload all of your photos. Now we won't upload all of them today, we'll just upload 2 for the purposes of this demo. But however many photos you have, you can upload all of them in a single go. Just make sure to hold the Shift key when you select the first and last photo, so that selects everything. So as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, our photos are uploading, and you can see the first one has just uploaded. So when your photos upload, they will appear as donut-shaped images inside the platform. Now, before submitting your photos to us, we do recommend to just go in and check that they are exactly how you want them to be. So our 2 photos have uploaded. We know we're uploading 2 photos, so we can count 1, 2. Great, everything's uploaded. Next step would be to just review these photos. So what I'll do is double click on one of the photos, and that opens 360 view inside that photo. So we can see we're inside this image. Perfect, let's have a look around. Lovely, we've got the staircase. We've not accidentally taken a photo of someone. It's exactly the photo we want in our tour. So we've reviewed that photo, wonderful. We can then just close that, lovely. And then you can do the same for the second photo, or however many photos you have, just to check that your images are exactly how you want them to be. Once you're happy with your photos and all of them have uploaded, all you need to do is click the TAAS button. So this is TAS, this stands for Tour as a Service. And when you click on that button, it will open a new window and you'll be prompted to enter your tripod height and your camera height. So for these photos, the tripod height was 180 centimeters, so that's 1,800 millimeters. And it's important when you're taking your photos to measure that tripod height. As I mentioned in yesterday's webinar, the tripod height is used as a guideline to generate your measurements for your floor plan and 3D model. So to help those floor plan measurements be as accurate as possible, do make sure to have your tripod height. With your tripod height, we're able to achieve up to 98% accuracy. So it is really useful to have. So I've popped in the distance used for these photos. So that's the tripod height, and then the camera height. The camera we used was the Ricoh Theta camera. So we can click that. Now, whichever camera you use, you can choose either from the options here, or if it's not listed, you can measure it yourself. So the camera height is the distance from the bottom of the camera, where it connects to your tripod, to the center of the lens. So that small distance You just need to measure and then you can input it here. So if your option isn't there, if you can't select it from the drop down, you can just type it in. So if it was 60 millimeters, for example. Lovely. Now, once you've selected your camera height and you've entered your tripod height, all you need to do is click the buy button. And then you'll be prompted through to the next window where you'll be prompted to enter your payment information for that purchase. Now, we're not going to do that today, but that's the process. Now, once you've paid, your order will be submitted on to our team. And then, if I just quickly, then all you'll need to do is wait. So our turnaround time is less than 24 hours, Monday to Friday. So if I submitted that now, we'd have it back same time tomorrow. Now, as you can see, 14 Demo Street is listed there. Once you submit it as a task order, it will be locked inside your account while our team work on it. So don't be worried if you see a padlock over your tour and you can't access it. That just means our team are working on your order. Once your order is completed, you will receive an email with a link to your published tour. That link can then be used to view your published tour, and it also means that your tour has been unlocked inside your dashboard. So you can head back in and you can see what your completed tour looks like. Now we're going to go to one that I made earlier, so you can see what the finished product will look like once it's been completed. So if we head into 12 Demo Street, as you can see, all of the images have been uploaded and they're now connected via these red lines. Those are your links inside your tour. So you're not going to want to touch the links as those are your completed connections and your hotspots inside your tour. Now to add, we're going to go straight in and I'm going to show you how to add an information label. So this may be one of the first things you'll want to do once you get your tour back, to fill it with all the premium content you wish. So if we head to, why don't we go into the hallway? So to do that, just double click on any of your donut shaped images and that takes you into 360 view. So you can view it immediately. Now, if we're here, actually I think we'll head through to the living room. So we'll click on that hotspot and it takes us there. So inside the living room, I want to start adding in some information labels. Now to do this, all I need to do is click on this turquoise Add Info button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. When you click on that button, a new information label is added to your tour. So inside your information label, you can add text. So you can just type straight away. So let's say state-of-the-art entertainment system. So you can add that in there. You can select the text, you can put it in bold, you can italicize it, you can customize it however you wish, the text. So you can add a lot of information, you can have just a short summary. We can also name the information label so people know what they're clicking on. So in this case, we'll say TV. And that tells us exactly what's going to be inside the information label. So if we save that, we'll just click the Save button, and then you can just click outside the information label to close it. So you're back inside your tour, and you can then drag and drop that info label wherever you wish. So let's pop it there just above the TV. Now if we wanted to add in a second information label, you just click that Add Info button again, and you can actually add loads of extra content. So if you wanted to add in a website, for example, we could say, let's type in here, so let's say visit our website. If I then click on the link button, you'll highlight some text, click on the link button, and then we'll pop in here, for example, let's say our website, so EyeSpy360.com. We click the Save button, and then when you click on that text, it will allow you to visit the website. So let's add a second information label above the TV. So what we're going to do is have a look at some of the other things you can add into an information label. So for example, you can add in a website. You can add in a hyperlink to a website. So if we say visit our website, all you need to do is highlight the text that you want to hyperlink and then click on the link icon. You can then add in a website, so we'll pop in our website, which is www.EyeSpy360.com, and do make sure to have the HTTPS at the start. You then click on the hyperlink and it'll open it up in a new browser tab. So you can see, there we go, straight away to our website. Now, alternatively, we could add in, if we wanted, an image to our information label. If you click on that icon, it will then open up a file explorer and you can select your chosen image if you wish and upload it. We'll close that for now. You can also embed a video. So if you had a video from YouTube, you'd open that up in YouTube, copy and paste the link, and then just paste it in there. So then you can have a video fully embedded inside your information label. We'll save this one just here, and let's head outside, and I'll show you how to use Google Maps and Google Street View. So here we are in this lovely garden. What I want to do though is add in some information labels showing where this property is. So we'll click on the Add Info button, and then what we do is click on the Google Maps icon. So it's this person inside a circle. If you click on that button, it will then open Google Maps and Google Street View. So it will show where you are. So you can drag the little person over to anywhere you wish, so any street or area, and you'll then be able to see where that is on the map. Alternatively, you can pop in the address inside the search box. So if we pop 26 Inglis Way, it then takes us right there next to where the property is. So what we can do is move along to make sure we're right outside the property, and then just click the Choose button in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. So this will then save this view and this map perspective into the information label. So we click Choose, and there you go. You have both the map and the Google Street View inside that info label. You can then type in Maps, for example, as the name of that info label and save it. Now, something else that's really cool you can do with info labels is you can change the icon. So rather than just having an eye, you could change it to have a camera icon. You could change it to have a video icon. Or for this instance, as it's looking at Google Maps, you can change it so it's a map. So people know exactly what they're clicking on before they even do. So let me just save that. And we can just move that over there so people can see where that info label is. Now, one of our most exciting features is our EyeSpy Play. Now, EyeSpy Play is a tool you can use to create a pre-recorded, narrated, guided tour of your property. So to start an EyeSpy Play recording, all you need to do is click on the record button in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. When you click that, it then begins to record both from your microphone and your screen. So any movements you make will be recorded, and you can move through the tour giving all the information you want about the property. So we can talk about the living room, our state-of-the-art entertainment system, we can go through to the kitchen, and we can give all of the information we would if we were walking someone through in the real world. Now we'll just stop that recording. Now this is a superb tool, essentially, as it's able to give all of the information you would if you were walking someone through, but it's available 24/7. So when your client clicks through to your tour, whether it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 2 o'clock in the morning, they're able to have your narration lead them through the property and give them all of the information you would if you were leading your clients through the tour yourself. So it's a really useful tool, as it essentially allows you to upsell your property even when you're not sat in front of your computer. Now that recording, once you stop it, is then saved and can be played by clicking the play button in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. So we'll just play that now so you can see. and to record both from your microphone and your screen. So any movements you make will be recorded, and you can move through the tour giving all the information you want about the property. So we can talk about the living room, our state-of-the-art entertainment system, we can go through to the kitchen, and we can give all of the information we would if we were walking someone through in the real world. I'll stop that so we don't have to listen to any more of my voice. But yes, that's essentially it. So it's a fantastic tool to add in all of that extra information alongside the information labels. Now, when you have made all of your changes inside your tour and you've added in that extra info, all you need to do is click on this blue publish button in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and that will republish your tour. But there's one thing to bear in mind. Wherever you are inside your tour, when you click that blue publish button, that's what will be your starting view inside your tour. So if I clicked it now, when someone clicks on my tour and opens it up, they'll see the oven. That's the first thing they'll see inside the property. Now for me, that's not what I'm looking for. I want them to see the outside of the property when they first come in. So what we'll do is we'll move around. We're going to head back to the outside. So I'm just going to head out the front. Here we are. That's how I want my clients to see it when they first open the tour. And what we'll then do is click that blue publish button, and that will begin to republish the tour and update it with the changes I've made. So it will update it with the new info labels, it will add in the EyeSpy play recording, and that will then be available inside my completed tour. So when people go through, they'll be able to see those info labels, they'll be able to watch that recording, they'll have all the information they need from inside the tour. Now that's just going to take a moment to republish. And in the meantime, I'm just going to let that republish. I'm going to open up a new tab. And we're going to take a look at the Settings tab just while it's republishing. So what we'll do is, if we head over to the Settings tab, which is here at the top of your account dashboard, you'll then see all of the settings for your account. So here, you can customize your tour with your company logos. So the nadir image is the image that goes at the bottom of your screen, covering your tripod. And if you upload your logo there, that will then appear at the bottom. So you'll have your brand there covering your tripod in all of your photos. To upload a nadir image, all you have to do is click the Set button. Likewise, with the company logo, you can add your company logo to your tour just by clicking the Set button. And that will appear in the top right-hand corner of your tour and appears in every photo at any angle. It's like a watermark over your tour. Now, additionally, there's also the hotspot image. So the default image is this sort of lovely animated arrow. But if you'd prefer something more static, you can click Set and choose from a wide array of arrows or hotspot icons. You can also upload your own if you wish. When you click on an icon, you can then change its color. So let's say I'd like it to be a nice deep blue. We then click Set, and it will then be saved. If you want to go back to that animated arrow, all you have to do is click the trash icon, and that will then remove the hotspot you've chosen and go back to the default. Now, something else to note inside your Settings tab, you'll see here company name. Now, you can add your company name in here, and this will then be reflected inside your tour's URL. So your company name, whatever you enter in this field, will appear in your tour's branded URL, which you can then post, and it's another layer of branding so people are really recognizing your brand and that this is the service you offer. You can also add in your website. So I've done the wrong thing here, which is just put in EyeSpy360.com. What you need is http://www. So you need that before any web address. If you're copying and pasting it, it will automatically be included. So you want to include that. Now what your website does is it will be linked to your logo. So if someone clicks on your company logo in the top right hand corner, it will take them straight to your website. It's a really great way to just help make sure your clients have everything they need inside the tour. So that's the Settings tab. Now, what else you can do is there's a Reports tab. So if you take a look at the Reports tab, there won't be a lot of information at the moment because this is sort of my demo account, but it gives you a whole host of analytics. So this includes the number of visits your tour has. So that shows it on both a graph and in a bar at the bottom. You can have a look at live sessions. So I've not done any live sessions, so there's no data, but you're able to see all the information about the live video calls you make. Likewise, you can see all the information about your pre-recorded tours. So with EyeSpy Play, you can see how many people have viewed them and more information about that as well. With the Traffic Sources tab, you can see where people are coming from, so how people are accessing your tour. So you can see here, most are from Google, but you can also see it from our website and directly. So that would be myself just clicking through from inside the platform. So it's a great way to see where your clients are accessing your tour from. And then finally, visits by location. So this tab shows you where in the world people are viewing your tours. So you can see the majority are over here in the United Kingdom for my tours, but we've also had one visit from Italy. So it's really interesting. It's a great way to collate all the information about your tours so you can see those analytics and you can respond accordingly to make sure people are seeing your tours and interacting with them. Now the next tab is the Users tab. So say you have a team and you want to use a single account, you're able to add multiple users into your account. So you can see here I've made a test account, and that test account is a email address that I've created and a phone number I've created that can then be used by another agent. So they can log in using that email address and they'd have their own user inside the account. Now when creating users, a user can be allocated as either an admin or an agent. An admin is able to see everything inside the account. So they can see every user's tours, everything created. An agent is only able to see the tours they have created from their login. So it's a great way to sort of divide up and see, manage who is able to see what inside the account. Now likewise, another way to manage this is with groups. So groups is a new feature that you can use to add multiple people into a group and then allocate tours to that group. So say the admin has made 5 new tours. They want their agents to be able to see those tours. So they create a group called Sales and maybe a group called Lettings. And 3 of those tours are sales, so they're going to pop that in the sales group. Then every agent in that group can see those tours. And likewise with the 2 remaining lettings, they can be popped in the lettings group, and every agent who's in charge of lettings can also see those tours. So it's a great way to manage your tours and make sure everyone who needs access to them can have that access. Right, so that's sort of the back end. I'm going to head back to my tour, which should have finished publishing. There we go. So the tour has successfully published. When your tour is published, you'll see this window pop up. This is the publish window. And here you can change multiple settings inside your completed tour. So that includes auto rotate, which is the whether your tour is rotating inside the images. So you can set that to off, on, so it's rotating in the first image, or always, so the camera is always rotating throughout every room. There's the nadir image and company logo, so that's your branding. You can switch that on or off depending on your needs. Likewise, hotspot labels. So these are the names above your hotspots. So you can choose to have those switched on or off depending on what you prefer. And I think that's the case with everything in these settings. It's what you prefer. So the title is the name of the tour, which appears in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Showing thumbnails, if you switch that to on, it will then show all of your thumbnails, as you can see here, at the bottom of your tour. We'll switch that to off because, personally, I prefer people to see the tour and they can then open the thumbnails tab if they wish. There is an option here for no branding and MLS compliancy. Now, when your tour is returned back to you, you will get 2 links. The first is your branded tour, so that has all of your logos on, all of your branding, if you've uploaded them. Your second link is an unbranded tour. So that link is MLS compliant and you can upload immediately to your local MLS. That tour has no branding and it doesn't have your company name in the URL. So you're able to upload it straight away to your MLS with no difficulties. But that's also an option that you can have here. You can switch EyeSpy Play and EyeSpy Live on or off, and you can choose what parts of your 3D model and floor plan you wish to show. Now, the one thing I will say is any setting changes you make here will modify your tour's URL here under the share heading. So if you do make any changes here, you'll want to make sure you copy the newly modified link under the share heading. Now, there are loads of options to share. You can choose however you wish, whether it's Facebook, email, Twitter, Pinterest, the works, you can choose it all here. There is also the iframe embed code. So that's this icon here. If you click on that, it opens up that unique code for your tour. Now the iframe embed code is used to integrate your tour naturally into your website. So you can add that line of coding to your website's design and it fits your tour straight there inside your web page. Additionally, we have the expiry link option, which is here. It looks like a clock. If you click on that, it then gives you the option to create a unique link that expires. So if you wanted to give someone limited access to a tour, whether it's 30 minutes, 2 hours, a month, or days, sorry, pardon me, I read that the wrong way around. Whether it's 7 days or 2 months, you can choose that setting and it will give you a unique link to the tour. And once that time has expired, the tour will no longer be accessible via that link. So that's a great way to sort of help manage your tours as well. This final setting here is for your QR code. So if you want to add your virtual tour on print or marketing, you can add it using a QR code. So this can either be used as a straight up QR code as a PNG or with a background. So you can then add that into your print. So whether that's a brochure, a poster, a sort of sign outside the property, you can add in the QR code. Someone pops up their phone with their camera app open and they can go straight away and look at a virtual tour of the property. It's a great way to help your tours become even more accessible to your clients. It's really exciting. Now the last options in the publish window is the share video and floor plan headings. So the video option is if you have made an EyeSpy Play recording, so that's that pre-recorded narrated guided tour, you can download that as a video file or upload it to YouTube or Facebook. Now this downloads as a .mkv file, so you can then upload it wherever you wish onwards. The second option is the floor plan. So the floor plan can be saved as a PDF file. And to do that, all you do is click on the Save to PDF option. You can also choose whether you want your measurements to be in meters or feet. So you can choose whichever suits you best. And that's the Publish window. Now the last thing I'd like to show you today is the Details tab, which is inside your tour. So inside the tour editor, above it you'll see this green Details tab. When you click on it, it opens up a new window. Now if you want to access your Publish window without republishing, all you need to do is click on your most recent Publish ID. If you click on that, it will then bring up immediately the Publish window. So you can see here we are back in the Publish window and we can make any changes we need to that link without having to republish the tour. You can also download your PDF of the floor plan or your EyeSpy Play recording. Next we have the Tour tab. So here you can rename your tour if you wish or delete your tour. Now something I'll bear in mind is if you want to delete your tour, that's certainly possible. But another option is back here on the Publish History page, you can actually unpublish a tour. So that means the link is no longer active and it's not publicly accessible, but it's still stored inside your account. So you have a completed version of that tour ready in case you need to republish. So this is great for rental properties, essentially because if you rent the property, you can be like, great, the tour's no longer online, it's not available, so we'll take it off, unpublish it. But when those renters move out, maybe 6 months, a year later, you can go, great, we're back on the market, let's republish the tour we already have built. It's a really great way to just keep everything on file. Our next tab is Protection. So you can add a password to your tour if you wish, if you want to sort of limit the number of people who have access to it. So you can add in a password and save that, and then when someone clicks on your link, they'll be prompted to enter the password before accessing the tour. On the Groups tab, I don't have any groups, but this is where you'd allocate a tour to an individual group. So as I mentioned earlier with the sales and lettings group, this is where you could choose, right, I want this tour to be visible in sales or lettings or another group, whichever group you wish. And then the final option is transfer. So if you wanted to send a tour from your account to another account, you could just add in the other account's email here and then send your tour over. So there's a whole host of things you can do in the green details button. So do make sure to investigate that when looking around the platform. There's loads of cool things you can do in there that will really help you get the most out of your virtual tours. Now I'm just going to end our screen share. Lovely, so I'm back. Hello, thank you so much for walking through the platform with me. And as I hope you've learned, there's a whole host of things you can do inside the platform with your tours when you finish. Now tomorrow's session is our big Q&A session. So we're going to be going through all of the questions you've sent in over the week. I see below we've had loads of questions sent in today, so we'll be answering those tomorrow. So do please come along. Yes, so if anything else does come to you, if a question comes later on today that you'd want included tomorrow, do please make sure to email us at support@EyeSpy360.com, and I can make sure those questions are also answered tomorrow. Otherwise, do please stay safe and stay healthy out there, and I hope you have a really wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much, and until tomorrow, keep it 360. Thank you, guys. Bye.